Hey guys, this is Dr. Josh at Steinke Family Chiropractic. Let me ask you a question. The first time that you ever went to your chiropractor, or let's say any healthcare provider in general, right? Your family doctor, whatever it may be, what did you go for, right? I would venture to say that most people went because they had a problem, right? They went to their chiropractor, like me, for example. First time I went to a chiropractor was because I had hurt my back playing high school football, right? And so I went because I had a problem, I had pain, and I wanted to get rid of that. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I think it's a good reason to go to a healthcare provider. If you have a problem, you can find help, right? So back pain or neck pain or headaches or baby's constipated, or you're having sciatic pain, or you're not sleeping well, or you're having reflux or high blood pressure, you have a problem. We want to see those problems fixed, right? Symptoms go away. I'm not one of those weird people who like pain, so I'm right with you. But the reality is that health is so much more than how we feel. Right? So if we look up the definition of health, it's not going to say feeling good. I guarantee you won't find that, right? Now, feeling good might come as a result of being healthy, but even the process of healing doesn't always feel good, right? So when we talk about health and really being healthcare providers, I think we've gotten it wrong for quite some time in our country and just in how we look at health, right? So most people would say, right? Well, I feel pretty good. I must not need a doctor. And I always, sometimes I'll bring this up, right? Well, my teeth felt really good today, but I still brushed them, right? And I still go get my teeth cleaned and I still have checkups. And my car might be running good, but I still, from time to time, I'm going to get my oil changed and rotate my tires and things, right? Because maintenance and health have a lot more to do with just symptoms, right? So, and just the problems. So I want you to think about this, right? If we are going to be healthy, what does that look like? And healing, what does that look like? This is important, right? When somebody's healing and going through a healing process, let's say we do have a problem, like let's say sciatic, for example, and we're going through the healing process, that doesn't always feel good, right? I tell people this often, that when you're going through a healing process and your body's getting better, sometimes you almost feel even a little bit worse before you get better because your body's going through a process. If I was going to go work out today and get in better shape, better health, tomorrow I might be really sore. I might feel bad. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It means my body's going through a process that's probably going to make it stronger in the end. So think about that. Another thing that I like to get people to think about is this. If the point was just avoiding pain all the time, just avoidance of pain or not feeling pain, then I think we would be really unhealthy, right? And this is why. If this is a hot stove and I go to put my hand on a hot stove, my body's going to give me some signals, right? My little kids, they've never touched a hot stove before, so they don't know in their mind, don't touch that unless I'm yelling at them. But if I'm not in the room and they're going to touch that hot stove, their body's going to sense pain. They're almost immediately, their fingers are going to send signals to the brain saying, ouch, that hurts. And then their brain's going to tell their hand to pull away, right? Now, if they didn't feel that pain, right? If they were pain-free, didn't feel that pain, what would happen? Eventually, their hand would burn and they would permanently destroy a part of their body. That wouldn't be very healthy, right? So just like that example, if we were just avoiding pain all the time, just putting things in our body or just trying to avoid pain, we would miss a lot of the important things our body's trying to tell us about how healthy we really are or how to avoid and adapt to our environment. So our point is not to just get rid of everybody's pain, although I don't like pain, but why is it there? How do we fix the cause of the problem? Not just cover it up, right? We could just cut off our fingers and then we wouldn't feel a hot stove. But I don't think that's the answer that we want, right? So think about that. I don't want you to feel bad. We want you to feel better. And a lot of what we do in our practice is getting people first to feel better, but then how do we get them to actually be healthy and stay healthy? And I would venture to tell you that it's not about how I feel. Right? When I ask somebody when they come into the room and I say, hey, how are you today? I'm not really asking them. I'm not really interested too much in how they feel. It's important, don't get me wrong. But I'm not really asking them, how do you feel today? Although most of the time the knee-jerk reaction is, my head hurts, my back hurts, I've been having this issue, those kind of things. And I say, okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that, and I do care. But more importantly, I want to know, how is this functioning, right? How is their body working? Is it working the way it is designed to? Are they adapting well to their environment? Are they healthy, or are they just feeling bad? right? And if they're feeling bad, why is that? So think about that when it comes to health. Are you just playing the symptom game? Are you feeling good but really falling apart on the inside? Or are we truly healthy? God bless you guys. Have a great day.